Your 20s are the foundation of your entire life. The decisions that you make will either set you up for success or leave you playing catch up for decades to come. Now, how do you make your 20s count? You do it by investing in yourself. And no, I'm not just talking about investing in your favorite stocks or investing in crypto. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over 5 ways that you can invest in yourself in your 20s that'll pay dividends for the rest of your life. First up is education. If you're planning to go to college, my suggestion would be is to major in a STEM field, which would be science, technology, engineering, and math. Now, in my opinion, those are the degrees that have the highest threshold for you to make income over your entire career. Now, if you're not interested in going to a traditional 4-year institution, make sure you check out that video because it could give you some ideas of some careers that you can pursue that do not require a college degree and can help set yourself up in your 20s and beyond. In addition to the traditional education route or the trade school route, I also encourage people to read books. Now, a few books that you should check out that I really like are The Richest Man in Babylon, How to Win Friends and Influence People, and The Millionaire Next Door. Number 2 is financial literacy. It is not uncommon for someone in their 20s to have a high car payment, to have a credit card that's either maxed out or close to being maxed out, and an apartment that they can barely afford. These are the activities that completely destroy your ability to build long-term wealth. And I know because I can speak to this from experience. I got into credit card debt in my 20s, and it took me an extremely long time to actually get out of debt. And it destroyed my ability to actually build wealth earlier on in the process. Because the money that I was spending on car payments and other things that I didn't even need could have been invested in an account and had an opportunity to grow over time. It could have also been invested in real estate, which would have appreciated over time. And I think that's one of the biggest things that we miss, especially when we're young. We want to have fun, we want to go out and we want to explore and we want to do things. But when we do things that are counterproductive to our long-term outlook, we're not thinking about it at that time. I'm here to be that voice of reason for you. Because when you're in your 20s, time flies faster than you think it does. I mean, just think about it. You just turned 21, and then just like that, you're 25, 35, 45, and so on. And then the second piece of that is I know that there are a lot of people in their 20s that are paying an absurd amount of money for rent. And in my opinion, if you're in your 20s and you're in college or you're just freshly starting a career, there's no problem staying at home if that's an option. In the United States, it is often frowned upon if you still live at home and you're 19, 20, or 21. But in my opinion, it shouldn't matter what anyone else thinks, right? We're trying to set ourselves up for long-term success, and you can do that by being able to save and invest as much money as you can in your 20s because that's going to pay dividends in your 30s and beyond. Number 3 is your network and other relationships that you have. So this is where some people start to get a little uncomfortable. We all have people that either we've known for a really long time or that we grew up with that just are not going in the same direction that we are. And we often feel bad that we're going off and we're potentially leaving those people behind. We don't want to be seen as someone that thinks that we're too good or we forgot where we came from. And I think that mentality has destroyed a lot of people's ability to actually get ahead. As you get older, it's okay to grow apart or outgrow certain things that you used to do. That's what life is all about. It's about growth. Whenever you're in your 20s, the things that are important to you and the things that you want to do and the people that you associate yourself with are likely not going to be the same people in your 30s, and your 40s are not going to be the same as your 30s, and so on. I think we have to break this mindset that we have to either slow our lives down or change our lives to make sure that the people that have been in your life will always fit in your life. Now, I'm not saying to just turn your back on the people that you grew up with or the people that you've known for your entire life. I'm absolutely not saying that. But what I am saying is that it is okay for you to continue to level up and for you to actually start to expand your network and actually go out and meet people, especially from like different cultures and different parts of the world and different walks of life. Because I can't tell you how many times I've went in for a job interview, or I've had someone reach out to me in my network to talk about opportunities. Those things come up when you expand your network. And if you keep your circle so small and it's people that are not moving in the same direction that you're going in, that's going to potentially be a problem for you in the future. Because what I truly believe is that if you take a look at the 5 people that you associate yourself with the most, you're more like them than you think that you are. And again, I'm not saying that to throw shade or to talk down on anyone. But if you have certain goals and aspirations that you want to hit, you have to actually make sure that you're associating yourself with people that have those goals. So for example, if you want to be a real estate investor, the smart play would be is to start surrounding yourself with people that are either in real estate or someone that has the same desire to learn about investing in real estate as you do. Because it's going to give you that drive, it's going to push you, and it's going to put you in those circles to help you obtain your goals. Number 4 is prioritizing your health. Now, you can have all the plans in the world, but none of that matters if your health goes south. Now, I know that there are certain instances and circumstances that are out of our control, but the things that we can control, we have to make sure that we get out in front of it. Taking care of yourself has to be the highest priority, especially early on in life, because the things that you do in your 20s, if you're out drinking every night, some people are doing things that are illegal, or if you're actually living on the edge, it can impact your life in the future. We all probably know someone that was a solid person in their 20s, and then something happened that changed them, whether that was an accident or just a life event that happened, and they were just never the same. Now, again, everyone's circumstance is going to be slightly different, but the key point here is to make sure that we are doing everything that we can in our power to just make sure that we're prioritizing our health, and we're thinking about that, and we're cognizant of that being something that we need to make sure that we're focusing on as part of our plan, right? It can't always just be financial and relationship. You have to have your health as well. And as you get older, you'll often hear people say that your wealth is tied to your health. And, you know, now that I'm in my 40s, I really do understand when people say that. And number 5, which could be one of the most important things about investing in yourself in your 20s, is having patience and trusting the process. See, this is probably the biggest problem that I had whenever I was in my 20s. I wanted things right then and there. And if it didn't happen within a week or a couple of days, I was ready to quit and go on to the next thing. And that was a big mistake. And it is likely one of the main reasons of why it took me longer to start actually hitting my goals, because I wasted some of my 20s not sticking to the process and being patient. No matter what it is that we do, whether it's investing in the stock market, investing in real estate, losing weight, learning a new skill, all of these things take time, and they actually take patience. For the majority of people, things don't happen overnight. Now, we often only hear about the overnight success stories, or how someone started something and they quickly became great at it or hit their goal in an extreme amount of time. But for the vast majority of us, that's not the case, and it's not likely going to happen. Listen, your 20s are the time to plant your seeds for success. The more you invest in yourself now, the more success and opportunities you'll have in the future. So which of these 5 things are you going to start with? Comment below. I want to hear your story and where you're going to start. If you got some value from this video, consider subscribing, and while you're at it, hit that like button and share this video with anyone that you think needs to hear this. Let's build the life that we deserve together. Thanks, and I'll catch you on the next video.